Good day, merry meet. My name is Glennis and I am the Witch of Whitetail Hollow. I want to warmly welcome you to my channel, and I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. And if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? I absolutely hope everyone is doing well. I hope you are all happy. I hope you are healthy. I hope you are washing your hands, staying safe. And I know I'm not supposed to be touching my face, and I'm sorry, but I'm having all kinds of weird stuff happening. I spent this past weekend, it was so nice here. We actually, I mean, I don't know what the world, what's happening here, but over the last few months, rain, cold. And finally, this past weekend, it was sunny, it was bright, it was just absolutely wonderful. And I spent probably 3/4 of my time outside this weekend, which is why I'm kind of a little bit, you know, not sunburnt, but windburnt a little bit. So next time I'll know better. But I am actually participating in a 20+2 question tag with Trish, the Witch of the Dismal Swamp. Now, Trish is in no way, shape, or form dismal. She may live near a dismal swamp. I don't know. I haven't determined that. But she is a sweet, wonderful young lady. And I hope you guys will check her out. But I just wanted to participate in a little bit of fun and have a little bit of fun today. And I guess I'm just in that kind of a mood today. Monday, hey, But you guys just please forgive me if I have to refer to my glasses. My old glasses, not my new ones. I'm still mad. Yes, I'm still mad. If you don't know the story about my glasses, check out my cheers and jeers, or my jeers and cheers. I'm still pretty mad, but I may have to put on my glasses here and there. I mean, even though I printed it up and I'm like looking at it, it's tough. But anyway, she says, here we go. She says, Tag, you're it. What board games have you played lately during quarantine, if any? Well, I can tell you, I haven't played any. The majority of my board games are actually, unfortunately, in storage, of course, in storage. I have no room here, just no room here. But if I were to play a board game, I really enjoy backgammon. And Monopoly is okay, it's okay. Now, back when I was a child, many eras ago, we considered a Ouija board a board game. But be that as it may, no, but I mean, if I had a board game, I don't know who I'd be playing with. I guess I could be playing with Fanny, and that way she could sit across from me and I could get her paw, and I could kind of cheat that way. But that's really not fair to Fanny. But no, I haven't played any board games. Do you have a garden? If so, how big is it? I do not have a garden. Like I said, I'm in a rental here. Although the house is small, it's got a large yard. It's really a lovely yard, and I mean, there's enough space back behind me to put another house. But my reality is it's not fenced. There's an older retired couple living next door to me, and I'm living in the veritable fishbone because I don't really use my front door, because as soon as I use my back door where I park, Mr. I'm not going to say his name, but he's usually sitting out on his back deck. So as soon as I step out the door, I got a set of eyes on me. There's an older man, again, a retired man that lives behind that way a little bit, but he's got a little patio. He likes to sit out on his swing. Where is he sitting? Where does it face? Right at my back door. So yeah, it's kind of a drag. So I don't have a lot of privacy. So I'm not going to garden. I just honestly, I'm hoping I'm hoping this summer I'm going to be so busy developing the hollow that I'm not going to really have a lot of time dealing with gardening here. I do grow, even here, I do grow herbs in containers, and that way I can kind of extend their season. I can bring them in, put them in a nice, cozy little warm spot, and, you know, hopefully overwinter them if I can. I did overwinter my rosemary and my sage and a few other things, and those are absolutely used for magic and magic only, but I absolutely do herbs in containers. Do you have a fairy garden? No. Again, if I had privacy, I probably would. I will be doing a fairy garden at the Hollow. It's absolutely perfect for that, and so yes, that's in the plans. It may not be the first thing I do, but it's absolutely on my agenda. Now, I will be doing a little bit of Fey work for Beltane, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be wonderful, and I absolutely will do a brief little video to, you know, for you guys, for Beltane, to show you the fairies, the Fey that I work with, and their little magical house. And so I hope you join me for that. But yeah, absolutely. I will have a little fairy like little thing here. Do you have an altar outside? No, again, with the privacy, no, I do not. But now I have in the last few weeks been working with someone, alongside with someone who will be doing some of the landscaping and, you know, grading, and I'm going to have a septic installed and my water line and my power line, and all of that has been ongoing the past few weeks. So that is in process. So I have actually, you know, of course I can already see it finished because that's part of my job, but I can see exactly where I'm going to put my outdoor altar. And, you know, again, it's going to be right there. No one will actually, unless they come up the drive, no one will absolutely be able to see it, of course. And that's one of the most wonderful, marvelous things about it. And it's outdoor in nature. It's going to be just a wonderfully awesome, beautiful spot. And again, once it's done, I absolutely will be doing videos for you guys and sharing it with you. But I don't want to, I want to share it when it's absolutely perfect, when it's absolutely finished. So I might do a before, and then I will definitely do an after and show you guys. But an outdoor altar is absolutely in the works because I love, love working outdoors. I just love either working outdoors or doing magic outdoors. So let's see. And I don't want to forget to number these. So that was number 4. Number 5 is, do you have a favorite place to buy witchy goodies? Oh, yes. I love to buy at Draconis Arcanum. I believe I've kind of discussed them with you guys before. That's my favorite place to buy witchy goodies. They are located in a historic area of Nashville, and it's not in a commercial type setting. This is an older home that someone has converted into Draconis Arcanum. And, you know, the thing is, you walk in, and why it's my favorite place. Think of when you're walking into like now I haven't studied Harry Potter, but this is what I envision. Old English, wood, velvet, leather, old rugs, creaky floors. And I love absolutely everything about Draconis Arcanum. And of course, the people there are wonderful, wonderful, always so, so helpful. And they do it like a mail order as well. So I'm hoping they're still doing that. I don't know. I haven't been, gosh, probably in a month, and because I really stay so stocked up. But I'm hoping they're going to do mail order. I don't know. I don't even know if they're actually still open. I highly doubt it, but I don't know. I just don't know. but that's my absolute favorite place. My last witchy item bought was, it had to have been an herb. As you guys already know, I'm doing an herb week alphabetically. And, I didn't realize it until I had looked on YouTube, and there was other ladies that have done the same thing. But I mean, I'm not going to stop now. So, and I didn't know I was repeating, you know, the concept, but I just thought, it would be fun, and it would, but anyway, so it had to have been an herb, because you guys know I love my herbs, and I love my candles. I love my fire. So it had to have been one or the other. Which one, I couldn't even begin to tell you, because I buy so much, so much. So there you go. Do you have any pets? If so, how many and what are they? I have actually one familiar here inside, and we all know Fanny. She is a rescue. I've had her for 12 years now. I've rescued her 12 years ago. And I have one that's still outside, Smokey, and she's doing okay. She's doing well. I'm trying, and again, she rescued me. Oh my goodness, I guess I needed it. But I've tried. I go outside, of course. I spend time with her and pet her, and all this kind of good stuff, and get her used to being touched and handled and things like that. And I've actually been able to pick her up and bring her inside. And of course, the door from outside to inside here for me here is in my kitchen. And she can see, it's a storm door, and she can see outside. And she sits at the storm door and cries, I want to go back out. I want to go back out. This is not where I want to be. And I tell her, you have found the land of milk and honey. You'll stay warm, you'll stay dry, you'll stay fed. But she cries and cries to go back outside. But I try to every day bring her in for a little bit at a time and get her used to walking in. I never had that trouble with Fanny, because again, she was rescued from outside, and I'm hoping that she'll get the gist of it. I don't know, but I need to get her to the point where she's inside and away from possums and raccoons and heaven only knows what else. I'm sure there's coyotes out there too, but we'll just see. But so far I have two that I consider my pets. There is one more in the neighborhood, and I believe it's a boy. I don't know. It's a tuxedo. And I've actually watched him in the neighborhood over the past year, and bless his heart, oh my goodness. I saw him one day, and he could hardly walk. He was limping, and I mean, he wasn't even putting any weight on his front foot. And I watched him, and I, worried about him, and he got better. And then I saw him, and his eye was kind of like, not closed, but kind of like funky. And I worried, and I fretted. And I can't even get 10 feet close to him. If I get anywhere near him, he runs, and I mean, he takes off. So I try to kind of keep my distance. I'm not sure how I'm going to work this. I haven't had any luck trapping him, because when I tried to trap Smokey, he was out there too. And I wasn't not able to trap either one of them. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do about that. But so far, I've got 3 kicking around. Do you have a favorite divination tool? What is it? Well, as far as divination is concerned, you guys know I use a spirit board. But my favorite tool to actually really use is my pendulum. And the reason being, of course, the pendulum that I use, I have a favorite one. It opens and closes, and I can put stones, crystals, or whatever, what have you, or herbs, whatever suits me for the day, I can put in there for my purpose. But it's always, for me, it's always very, very accurate. So I love my pendulum. Do you have any children? If so, how do you keep them occupied during quarantine? Well, I only have one child, And he is grown. I have 3 grandchildren, and they are currently living in Hawaii. So I don't have any grandchildren running underfoot, unfortunately. But if my son was at home during quarantine and young, I, I, I'd like to say, I'd give him some computer games to play. Uh, I've never had any trouble keeping my son occupied. We always were playing games, always going somewhere for hikes or doing something. Again, I guess that's part of why and how I'm so physically active, because I've always had to keep up with with a young one. So yeah, I'd be taking him on hikes, walks, nature walks, teaching, always teaching him something. Because that's always been the first thing as far as my son is concerned is let's have fun, but what can I teach him in the interim? So there you go. Yeah, I'd always look as a teaching moment. So, but I love children, love to have fun, story time, playtime. Uh, let's see. What type of family time do you have since quarantine? Example, movie night, take special walks, etc. Well, I don't know about family time, but I have been taking a lot of walks. I have been doing a lot of stuff outside. So I'm absolutely staying physically active, of course. I really, really wish I had more room inside to actually put in a DVD and just really do a good 45-minute workout like I used to. But I mean, I have like no room. Uh, I gave very strong consideration to joining the Y because they do have classes and you can pick and choose, you want to work with weights, you want to do this, do that. But in hindsight, with everything that's happened, I'm glad I didn't. But I would really like to have a little bit of room to just do a workout every single day. But at a really bare minimum, I'm getting out and walking. Absolutely. You guys know me. I'm going to be physically active no matter what. And if you ever see me stop, then you'll know something's wrong. What is your favorite show on TV or favorite movie? Well, I can't pin down a favorite movie. I have so many, my favorite types of movies. I love any kind of action. And again, that probably comes from raising a boy. Uh, but as far as TV, right now, the second season of Killing Eve has, I think, started last night, Sunday. You probably could catch it. You could probably on demand season 1. This is season 2. But I think the reason I like it so much is because most of the actors are not your mainstream people that you would know. uh, I think the main star you might recognize, but she's not so repetitive in so many different shows that you go, oh, that's so and so. Um, it's I believe the story is based out of London, although they've traveled to many, many different places for various different reasons. And it's kind of, like a mystery, mysterious, problem solving, clues, and things like that. And again, you guys know I love a good mystery. A little bit of violence. Got to have a little bit of violence in there. I mean, I guess you don't have to, but it gives you a little bit of that. Absolutely. I don't know about sex. I don't remember any sex scenes or anything like that, but certainly it's not for children. Not for children. It's absolutely, definitely for adults, but Killing Eve. Okay. How are you doing with the quarantine? Well, I think I'm doing okay. I'd like to think so. I'm staying incredibly busy, both with work. It hasn't slowed down. And in my personal life, again, I've got development going on at the Hollow, and I'm getting ready to really, really ramp up, probably the end of May, something like that. So really, for me, the quarantine has not been that incredibly different than my regular, normal, everyday life. Uh, the thing that I find a challenge is shopping. Now that I have an issue with. That I have an issue with. Do you have a silly thing you do at home that's secret? Acting silly. If so, what is it? Well, I act silly. You guys know I'm definitely silly. I actually posted a wee bit of a little silly video this morning. I think it was show me your sleepwear. I wear silly kind of sleepwear. I don't know why. I guess, I really don't know why I do that. It's one of those things that, you know, it's coffee this, and I have actually another sleep shirt that's coffee themed also that I haven't shared with you. I shared one with you earlier. If you want to see the other one, let me know below and I will definitely pop on and show you my second one that I have. But be that as it may, I buy little silly sleepwear shirts. I don't know. I guess because no one other than you guys now is actually really going to see it. So there you go. But acting silly, you guys know a lot of times I'm absolutely acting silly. And what you see here is actually me. And I know a lot of times you see me, making oils or powders, or you might see me doing a spell. And I'm very, very serious, and I'm very, very somber. And that's mostly because I've come out of meditation, and I'm still kind of not in a fog, but I guess in a mood a little bit. I'm very, very serious, and I'm just using all of my intention. So right now I'm just kind of me. So I mean, absolutely at times I'm really, really super silly. So what is the weather? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm sorry. Number 14. What have you done since quarantine that you could not get to prior to quarantine? I can tell you I've had my frustrations with shopping only because of the ick factor. I mean, I do have a mask and I do have wipes. Thankfully, I have wipes and everything that I need, but I, of course, now I'm very good on toilet paper. Don't send me any toilet paper, but I find when I do go shopping, which is maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, something like that. I mean, toilet paper is just here anyway. It's just gone. You can't find a stitch of it. And, for me, that's kind of frustrating because I don't know what people expect is going to happen. But I mean, I understand that's the first thing people start to hoard when they feel not threatened, but when they go into prepper mode, because I've been in prepper mode for, gosh, probably about 5 years now. But I can tell you the next thing that you need to hoard, I'll tell you, socks. Always, always go buy some extra socks. Just have some extra socks put by. Anyway, but what I find frustrating as far as the quarantine is concerned is that, and this is going to sound so shallow, uh, and I know I can shop online, but each website will tell me there may be delays in shipping or processing or whatever it is. And I mean, I absolutely do understand that, because there may be some people out that are ill, and I do understand that, but I find that places like the higher end cosmetic shops are closed. And I desperately want to go buy a really nice tube of mascara, and I really desperately need to. Not that I want to, but I need to. And you know, some of the things. So it's going to get to the point where my hairdresser's closed. And I'm like, oh my goodness, where am I going to find, you know, the shampoo that I like, the conditioner that I like? I've already made adjustments here and there, but I'm going to start, if it goes on too much longer, I'm going to have to eventually just place a large, not large, but an order to get the mascara that I want, the shampoo and conditioner that I want, uh, and go from there. But that's what I find kind of frustrating, you know. We can maybe ship to you. You might get it, you might not. And certainly you guys, I've already shared my DSW story with you, and that the frustration with that, and that was way before all of this. So don't even get me started on that. But anyway, number 15. How are you spending your days in quarantine? Well, I'm working, and thankful that I am, so thankful that I am. I do a lot of video conferencing. I'm on my phone a lot. I'm actually able to work very, very well from home. I guess the only inconvenience is that I have a couple of large monitors and computer equipment on my dining room table, and that's kind of, you know, but that's just the way it is. And but I'm able to video conference, to buy whatever it is that I need. You know, again, delays, but it's all working out. So I'm very, very thankful for that. I've got no problems spending the rest of my days spent. I mean, and again, quarantine hasn't changed anything for me other than my shopping for the cosmetics that I like. Um, Nothing has really changed because I'm very quiet, very private person. So yeah, I've actually spent more time walking, which is always a good thing. What is the weather like today? Well, yesterday, Sunday, was incredibly bad. And this morning it's been incredibly windy, raining and lightning and thunder. And again, I love this kind of weather, although it's not very conducive to getting outside. If I have to stay in, it's absolutely wonderful. It's just right up my alley. Makes me feel perfectly at home. Do you have a favorite place to go to in nature? Describe the location. Well, I can absolutely say, of course, the Hollow. Describe the location. Well, it's a hollow. Uh, Beautiful, wonderful creek that I'm finding is running more often than not. And I think why it's one of my favorite places is, of course, I mean, in nature, and when I'm outside and when I don't have eyes on me, I'm absolutely at my best, and it makes me feel mentally and physically good. I'm able to find something new there every single time I go, and actually more often than not, things that I can use in magic. So that's absolutely my favorite place to go. Uh, there's very, very, very large, I would say 10 to 15 feet tall. They call them mountain laurels. I know them as rhododendrons, but mountain laurels. Uh, I have some little spindly little trees that have some kind of a fruit. I still have not determined what kind of fruit it is. At first I thought it was a pawpaw, and then I did my due diligence and research, and I'm like, that doesn't, I mean, it looks kind of like the same color, but it's not shaped the same. So I still have to kind of look at that. And yeah, so it's just a wonderful, wonderful place. It's going to be just absolutely awesome being there year round. Let's see. Number 18. That was number 17. And number 18 is, what is your favorite flower? Well, I love roses, of course. Absolutely. I've never grown any, but I absolutely love roses. What I like growing is statice, strawflower, anything that I can grow and dry and use in an arrangement. But my favorite cut flower to grow myself is Love in a Mist. It is, there are not that many true blue flowers. And I find Love in a Mist just a beautiful, true blue flower. Not only is the flower very, very pretty, the foliage is just intriguing. It's absolutely intriguing. And it goes to seed. It has a beautiful pod. So you can use the flower, the pod in any kind of arrangement. When I had the inn, I had a cut flower garden, and I had that and several others uh, that I knew that would dry. And yes, wonderful, wonderful memories, but I absolutely love having a cut flower garden. So roses, straw flowers, Love in a Mist, status, all of those just wonderful. I can't limit myself to just one, right? And number 19, what is your favorite tree? My favorite tree is a dogwood, absolutely. Probably mostly because I grew up being familiar, excuse me, with a dogwood. I love how they bloom in the spring and they look like little puffs of cotton or popcorn. And they, after the blooms are gone, they leaf out and it's just a beautiful canopy of shade. They will grow in a little bit of shade and stay, not short, but they will stay up under a taller tree. So I would think a dogwood is one of my favorites. And I think another reason why dogwood is one of my favorites is because I had many, many dogwood trees in the house that I lived in when my son was growing up. And he took great, great pleasure in climbing into the dogwood trees. And they were very mature. And even at 6 years old, he could climb up the tree, find a spot to sit and just sit up in the tree. And I'm hoping that that's one of his fondest memories too. He sat up in a tree and if a bird happens to land in the tree, then it gave him a most wonderful outdoor experience. So dogwood. Let's see. Number 20. What is your favorite crystal? Okay, my favorite crystal. Now you guys know I work with moldavite a lot, but moldavite isn't a crystal. It's an impact glass technically, but my favorite crystal to work with is a clear quartz. You guys may already know that I did a herbal substitution video, I think last week, and that's one of the things that I really like about a clear quartz crystal is because actually I have several around here because clear quartz can do in a pinch when you don't have rose quartz, when you don't have an amethyst or whatever it may be, it can do as a substitute. So I have several here. I use clear quartz in my moon water and the various types of water that I use. Not only does it charge the clear quartz, but the clear quartz gives back to the water. So there's no reason for you not to have quite a few clear quartz crystals. So absolutely. My bonus questions. I hope I get them right. I hope so. So there are two bonus questions. Is what is your favorite brand of toilet paper? Well, right now it's probably any that I can buy, but you know, for me, whatever. But if I had to pick it one, it would have to be Charmin. It's got a bear. It's got bears on the commercial, so why not, right? Are you still working during quarantine? Yes, yes, absolutely. And I'm so thankful that I am. Thankful absolutely every day that I am. Not only am I working in my mundane life, although I'm kind of limited, but I'm still working, but I'm still able to, you know, do spells for clients here. And I don't necessarily have to go out anywhere to do a spell. And so far, I haven't been hired to go into someone's home and do a cleanse or anything like that, although I find that to do something like that would be fascinating. But, I want to thank you guys so, so much for joining me. I hope you guys give some kind of consideration to doing the tag. I would absolutely love to hear your answers. Have a wonderful day. Merry part, and I absolutely so hope to marry me again. Goodbye, guys.